what is knowledge? What is knowledge? I said here and I said knowledge is information that is interpreted, correlated, and understood in relation to other information and experiences. Hence, knowledge is actionable information. Now, this might look like a whole lot of grammatic constructions. No, that's not the aim. And this class is never forget that this class is a mental development class. So you require a heightened mental capacity. I'm not saying you have to be some, mad genius to understand the class, but you need to, number one, first be conscious of what you're learning and then be open-minded. Does it make a lot of sense? So knowledge is information, but information and knowledge is not the same thing. Basically, information is a piece of data. Are we still together? Information is basically data, literally. So that is, information is data, either in its raw form and all of those things. Now, but knowledge is that data interpreted, correlated, and understood in relation to other kind of data. So knowledge is not just something I read off a book. Because you read something off a book does not mean you have the prerequisite knowledge of that thing. Knowledge is far beyond, okay, I read. And this is the challenge, this is the problem that we currently have right now, where people have information and think that they have knowledge. So an average person think they can thrive on information, but in actual truth, you really cannot thrive on information, because information is generic data in quotes. Does it make it? So what makes you thrive basically is knowledge. And what is knowledge? I wrote here in simple terms, knowledge is information that has become your reality. Knowledge make a lot of sense. So when you ask, when people say I know this thing, it's not like an information I read. Like, I have a life that can do this thing. That is what. So it's just like someone that says I know how to cook. It's different. That person saying I know how to cook is probably going to be a chef, not someone that read a cooking menu or a cooking recipe and is trying and say, okay, and read from the list two cup of cinnamon and added 2 cup of cinnamon and then the entire thing is purple. You understand? Now that other person is information bound because he's trying to pick up data to utilize, and that is where a whole lot of persons are. Schools are not gone, are the days where schools are that platform to engineer knowledge. And this is we're going to get it down the line. This is the reason why people go to school. The reason why you go to school is to develop knowledge, not consume information. And then the way I see this